Hi everyone, I just want to show you how you can for yourself calculate up approximately what you need on the final exam to end up with whatever letter grade you want in the course. Now, as a disclaimer, this is an approximation because rounding varies a little bit, how your grades transfer over into the learning management system that we're using. And like how they round that off versus how it's actually saved sort of behind the scenes in the system. And also because you are able to continue doing homework for some 90% credit up to a certain time in the semester. So things are still in a little bit of flux until the very end. But this can at least give you a rough estimate. Please don't take it down to the hundredth of a percent, but it'll give you a roundabout idea of what to aim for. So basically, I've got the formula written out here for you up here at the top. In our class, the exams, which we have 4 of, are worth 50% of your grade. So if you divide 50% up by 4, that means they're worth 12.5% each. So you can take 0.125 times each of the exam grades separately. And then our homework is worth 15% and our quizzes are worth 15%. And then our final is worth 20%, which is like the X. That's what's to be determined, what we don't know yet. And then when you add all of those multiplications together, you will get either, a 90 will get you, or above will give you an A, 80 or above B, 70 or above C, and 60 or above a D. So what you want to do is you want to actually go in and sub in your exam values. So I've got a pretend student here who scored a 92.5 on their first exam, an 84.38 on their second exam, a 79.19 on their third, a 65.85 on their fourth. So they really trended downward as the semester went on. Their homework average overall is a 73.43. And their quiz average is an 88.75. And you can find all of that information in the LMS that we're using. If you can't find it, ask me and I'll show you where it is. And then again, basically this is our X. This is the variable that we're going to sub different values in order to try to figure out what we want there. So what I've done, and the easiest way to do this is to use maybe a graphing calculator or at least a calculator where you can see all of your entries as you go and you can do it all at once. So I have subbed in all of these values here and I've just kept like a big running total. I've typed in exactly what I have over here on the right hand of my screen and just kind of show you. So I've got to the point where I want to add that 0.20 times, and then here's where you're going to do different values. So I'm just going to say, let's just start off somewhere in the middle of the road. Let's pretend this student gets a 75, or they're thinking, what happens if I get a 75 on this final exam? And I'm going to hit enter. So if this person gets a 75 on their final exam, they will come out with approximately a 79.567. So right teetering on the edge of a B or a C. So I would say if you are the student, do not go in there thinking, I need a 75 exactly. And don't go in there with that as your aim, because it could, again, with rounding, that could leave you a little short. Or if you go in there with that goal and then you miss it and you don't get that, now you've fallen short. And you could have maybe been striving for the B, but you've got the C. So I would always recommend aim higher, with a little bit of a cushion. If I was this student, I'd be going in there saying, I want to get at least an 80 or higher on this exam, if at all possible. That's how I'm going to study and how I'm going to go into that if I'm wanting that B grade. But especially on a TI calculator like this graphing calculator, or on some smaller scientific calculators, there's that way where if you can bring back up, like you can hit second enter on this calculator, and it will bring back up exactly what you've already entered, so you don't have to enter all of that stuff again. And then you can simply go in and edit and say, okay, well, what if I do get an 80? Where does that land me? And you can just sort of keep doing these. Okay, well, even an 80 barely gets me over that. So maybe I actually want to be aiming higher. Maybe I want to be aiming for an 85 or a 90 on this test so that I'm feeling comfortable or confident that I'm going to end up with a B in this class. But you should be able to, on many of these calculators, just keep doing this like second enter or whatever the command may be and trying different values. Like what happens if I fail this? What if I get a 50 on this? Oh, well, I still end up right in the middle with a C. So the student was in pretty good shape because they had a couple really good test grades. Their quiz scores are pretty high. So they can get even a 50% and still end up with a solid C. Maybe all they care about is a C. So maybe I don't like looking at it this way, but maybe they're thinking, what's the lowest I can get and still just pass this class? So you can, again, it looks like they can get about a 30-ish on this exam and still end up with a C. Now, that's not really something to super aim for. It's not a good scenario necessarily, in my opinion, but that's sort of the fallback plan. So if I were this student, I'd be like, man, I'm going to go in there and really, really try to get an 80, 85 on this final. I'm going to do my best. I'm really going to study because I want that B, knowing that my C is almost set in stone, right? Like I don't have to worry about that one. So this is how you can tentatively roundabout calculate what you need on your final in order to get what you want in the class. And I will leave this up to you. This is a math class after all, so I will leave this calculating up to you, but you can always ask me questions if you have them.